So what do you think of them counter-protesting?
Actually, this isn't a protest. I just wanted to ask them what do they support in this policy. They couldn't even explain to me what they support. Actually, I explained that Katie Hobbs called me and my wife over there Nazis, and she said maybe we are Nazis. Do I look like a Nazi to you?
We don't like the Nazis.
Whose here are the Nazis?
Who do you think?
Katie Daviscourt reporting for Rebel News, giving you guys all the latest update on Arizona's midterm election nightmare. I am here on the ground outside of the Maricopa County's election center. The latest ballot drop coming out of Maricopa County was bad news for Kari Lake, as Katie Hobbs became the projected winner and announced victory as the next governor of Arizona, flipping the seat from Republican to Democrat.
This election, Arizonans chose solving our problems over conspiracy theories. We chose sanity over chaos. And we chose unity over division. We chose a better Arizona, and we chose democracy, the system of government that made America the best and most prosperous country in the history of the world.
There's been a heavy police presence outside the election center, and officials announced that they heightened security before the next ballot drop, which was a good indicator that the race would be called for Hobbs. Protesters continue to gather outside the election center, but before we get started, head on over to watchingarizona.com, where you can see all of our coverage from our time here in Arizona.
Arizona, I have to tell you that if you allow this to happen, you will regret allowing this to happen. There's so many people thinking that they're going to be in position of favor and that life is going to work out. Now that you have allowed this takeover to take place, let me tell you right now, if we allow it, this will be the beginning of your greatest regret in your entire life. This state that was dedicated to life, dedicated to family, and dedicated to God, and you're turning it over to people who are willing to steal it and take it away. Listen, let me tell you something. This is only the beginning of great trouble and great sorrow if we allow it. These people thinking that they have a way in and that they're on the team that's winning. No, they're not. They're going to take everything from them too. They're going to start with us. It's okay because God is with us. Somebody say that.
You know what? The enemy wants us to be downtrodden and distressed, and he doesn't want us to have any hope. Why? Because people with no hope do not fight, right? And what? Because it weakens us. We become weak. The joy of the Lord is our strength. So we need to get strong, not just as patriots, because we get beat up a lot. Okay, we take the blend in. So I am glad that it's patriots that showed up today, because that's who needs to be ministered to. Okay, we need that more than anyone else.
With all the voter suppression that's going on now, I had to make sure to get down here. And all the opposition, this has been an all-day journey for me to get it done. And I got it done.
So did they end up taking your ballot?
I have no idea if they took my ballot or not. All I know is I got this card saying, and then they came in and they sent 2 people out to verify my information, my driver's license and my birth certificate and my bank statement. Those 3 things, even though I had to go through all the motions at the polling place, I had to make a special trip down here to make sure that my vote got counted. That was not fair to me at all.
So do you think they're running fair elections here?
Absolutely not.
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
What kind of changes?
They're running fair elections.
You do, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Explain.
Well, they're professionals. This is what they do. There's no evidence that they're not.
There's plenty of.
Name one thing. One verifiable thing. One verifiable thing that's going on here that's not legitimate.
To count ballots.
Republicans put in all sorts of laws to slow this down.
No,
this is the result of exactly what your people made happen. Yes. Yes.
So what do you think of them counter-protesting?
Actually, this isn't a protest. I just wanted to ask them what do they support in this policy. They couldn't even explain to me what they support. Actually, I explained that Katie Hobbs called me and my wife over there Nazis, and she said maybe we are Nazis. Do I look like a Nazi to you?
We don't like the Nazis.
Who's here are the Nazis?
Who do you think?
I don't see any Nazis.
Okay, then.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we want to have dialogue and understand, because that's what we should do as people, try to understand each other. That's what this country's about. But these people shut down, and they don't even want to have a conversation. They just want to, I don't know.
Anybody who's the Secretary of State should be allowed to run. I agree with you on that, but the law says they are allowed to run. Katie Hobbs' candidacy was valid.
And that's, I'm going to ask this question. Obama came, hold on. Obama came down here. I was actually there. He couldn't fill up a school, okay? Cedar Chavez High School. He could not fill up that school.
So what?
So, but the Katie Hobbs, okay, Donald Trump can come down here tomorrow and fill up this whole section, right?
Donald Trump's rallies are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. I almost got killed protesting a Donald Trump rally in Mesa. Convince me. Convince me. I'm asking you, if you're smart enough, you can do it. You smart enough to convince me? What's your evidence? Anyone. What's your evidence that what's going on here is inappropriate?
It's not.
Anyone. Name one thing that's inappropriate.
It's taking this long.
So what? That's because they're following the law.
Or they're not. You don't know that just as much as I don't know that.
Prove to me that nothing suspicious is going on in there.
Prove to me that there's nothing
critical reasoning.
illegal.
Proving a negative is impossible. It always has been. It's a foolish thing to fall for.
Well, prove to me that everything's being followed perfectly in there. You can't, just as Mike I can. So don't come here and tell me you know more than I do. I don't know more than you do either.
Are you telling me
the point is that we
inappropriate
need
is going on
transparency.
here?
No, we came here.
Yes.
Look,
There's something illegal going on here.
I'm not telling you
Yes.
that right now.
What is going on here that's illegal? Sure. Absolutely. When it's the right time, of course.
4 years old.
Section. No, I didn't say 4 years old. Oh, really? Really? They're trying to teach pre-kindergartners about sex. Really? In which school district? In which school district? All the school districts are trying to teach 4-year-olds about sex. You actually believe that? That's how intelligent you are. You really believe that? 4-year-olds. You're showing you're stupid.
Everybody needs to calm down.
Name a school district where they're teaching 4-year-olds about sex. You can't do it. It's not happening.
I'm still asking, hey, what do you support from this lady? She said women's right. And I'm like, okay, women's rights are being taken away by these policies because they're saying men are women. That's ultimately impacting women's rights. So if that's what you say, put your money where your mouth is, because we got the books out here. That's it. I mean, we just want to have dialogue and understand what made you, if you voted this way, why?
All right, so why did you come out here today?
I wanted to support my candidates.
And who are those?
Right here.
Now, what do you think of this group protesting?
They have every right as much as I do. So if they want to protest, that's up to them. That's fine with me. So long as they leave me alone, I'm cool.
Do you think that Maricopa County is running fair elections?
I do. I think they always have.
I'm not here to have an opinion. I'm just here to report what's going on. What do you think?
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think a week to count ballots is good?
Well, if it takes that long, that's what it takes.
So Florida...
Voting is legal. It was voted on years ago. It was passed. And everybody should just chill and wait till it passes. That's it.
What do you think is going to happen? What do you think the outcome's going to be?
I think my people are going to win, and I think they're going to change a lot of policies around here, and I think it's for the better.
If you enjoyed our coverage of today's events and want us to continue reporting on events like this here in Arizona, around the country, and around the world, go to rebelnewsusa.com and consider making a donation. We're 100% crowdfunded by you. We don't take a dime from the government, and that way we stay uncorrupted. So again, guys, we always appreciate your support so much for supporting Rebel News. So again, go to rebelnewsusa.com. Thank you, guys.